Hello. In today's video, I want to dive into the world of fertility treatment options so that you can have that in your back pocket. So come on, let's go. And welcome to the Fertility Godmother Show, where we talk about all things fertility. Welcome, I'm Denise Rez. I'm your host and I'm your fertility godmother. And if you haven't met before, I'm a Chinese medical physician, acupuncturist, and nutritionist by profession, and I'm an expert fertility, health, and life coach by trade. And what that means is I get to help couples transform their lives so that they can get pregnant, stay pregnant, and have a healthy baby. So in today's video, I want to share with you the different fertility options that can be beneficial for you to be aware of, whether you're just starting out or you've been trying to get pregnant for years. So the first one is natural conception. When we're trying to get pregnant naturally, it's so important for us to be as healthy as possible in mind and body. You want to make sure that you do preconception care for a minimum of 3 months. Ideally 6 months if you have the time. So just know that even if you have been on this road for a while, taking a look at your eating habits, at how you're managing stress, your lifestyle, are you avoiding toxins and chemicals and drugs, and your partner too, because it takes both. And a lot of times the guy, he gets pushed off to the sideline, but his sperm matters too, his health matters, because together you're going to be creating a baby. So both the egg and the sperm make a huge difference. That's super important for you to know that both of you want to be as healthy as possible. So making sure you're taking the right supplements, high quality prenatal vitamin D, and a fish oil in general. Just those are the basics you want to make sure that you are taking. Again, at least 3 months prior to becoming pregnant. The other thing when you're trying to get pregnant naturally is just know that it can take time. Now, I am somebody who questions why we have to wait so long to have these tests done in order to see if we're fertile or not. I think that we should have the tests ahead of time so that we know if there's an issue, we can get on top of it right away. So depending on your doctor and what's going on, you may be able to advocate for yourself to have these tests done. Even though the guidelines are, if you haven't gotten pregnant in over a year, then they start to test, or 6 months if you're over 35. But this is the thing, we don't want to wait that long. We want to know right away, at least I do. I like to be proactive. So while you're trying to conceive, if you're able to do some of these tests, it can be very beneficial for you. In the meantime, you can still do all the steps to really help your body get as healthy as possible, and also your mind, your psychology, because that also is going to impact the baby when you do get pregnant. So super important to have a healthy environment, a healthy mind, and a healthy body so that you can not only optimize your chances of getting pregnant, but having a healthy pregnancy and then giving your baby the best chances possible. At a certain point that you've been trying to conceive and you haven't yet, and you've had all the testing done and everything looks good, or maybe they found something, then the next step could be doing what they call an IUI, an intrauterine insemination. And what this is when you go to a reproductive endocrinologist, and some OB-GYNs do it as well, but you want to be monitored when you're doing an IUI. And usually they'll put you on a medication. Sometimes it's Clomid, sometimes it's letrozole, sometimes it's a combination of things. That's going to definitely be up to your doctor. But then you can do something that's either called timed intercourse. So you take the medication and then you take another medication to help you ovulate, and then you can go home and have some fun. Or you can also do what's called an intrauterine insemination, which is when the doctor will take the sperm, wash it, and then insert it into the woman. And it bypasses the vagina, and it bypasses the cervix, and goes up into the uterus, so it has a direct shot into the fallopian tube. So that's something that can be beneficial as well. And then there's IVF. Now IVF can be done for many different reasons, and IVF, in my opinion, is a beautiful thing, and I don't feel like it should be the first resort. IVF should be a personal choice, and thank God it's available to help us with genetic disorders, or if there's any other reasons you want it. Or you've tried everything and you just aren't getting pregnant. IVF is an amazing option. As long as, even though you're doing IVF, you still did all the things that you did for preconception care. You took your prenatal vitamins you took your vitamin D, you took your fish oil levels, everything's been tested, your nutrients look healthy, and that you're also preparing your body and mind for pregnancy in a healthy way. So I hope that makes sense. So we have all these options, but what's most important is that we really stay as healthy as possible. I noticed that when women do IVF, there's a little bit of a disconnect, especially if they are pushed to IVF right away. And I want you to know that you don't have to do IVF right away. There's other options, and sometimes we can find imbalances that can be corrected so that you don't have to do IVF. And sometimes people feel a little bit anxious and they just want to hurry up and just do IVF because they think that's the answer. I just want to reinforce the thought that an IVF, just like all the other modalities, even getting pregnant naturally, is not 100%. There's something about it that makes us feel that if we're spending all this money, all this time in this medicine, that it's going to work right away. So make sure that you're giving your body the best chances possible. Both you and your partner are getting as healthy as possible before you do something like IVF. If that doesn't work, if there's something else going on, then you have other options such as embryo donation or egg donation. Then there's also sperm donation. So depending on what's going on with you as a couple, if your eggs are healthy or if you ran out of eggs, then you can have the option of doing an embryo adoption, which means that another couple did IVF and they have extra embryos and they're allowing you to adopt the embryo and that will become your baby. It's a beautiful option and it's usually less expensive. And then of course there's egg donation, which tends to be a lot more money, but then you would use somebody else's eggs and then fertilize it with your partner's sperm, and then you can still have the opportunity to carry that baby. And then of course there's sperm donation as well for someone who has either no sperm or really low sperm or bad sperm quality. And then there's surrogacy, and surrogacy is available for you if you need help to carry your baby for whatever reasons you have. So if you made it this far, I hope you found this video helpful, because a lot of women that I work with had no idea of all these options. And sometimes you combine them and there's other things as well, but I want to give you a general idea of all the things out there for you. And just remember the common thread, no matter what you're doing to try to get pregnant, in order to give yourself the best chances and to give your baby the best start in life, is to really get as healthy as possible in mind and body. Eat those nutritious foods, take those supplements, and work on your mindset and your psychology. Sending you oceans of love. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you are looking for natural ways to really optimize your fertility and you don't know where to start, because it really is a massive journey, as you probably already know, I'm here to help you. You can just click the link in the comments below and sign up for a free clarity session. Until next time, I'm Denise Noyer-Arez, your fertility godmother, wishing you a healthy, happy pregnancy.